I want to bring in Andrea Mitchell. Andrea, you've covered Washington for a very long time. You've heard us kind of set the table here as to all that surrounds this. I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, my thoughts are also personal because I knew her fairly well. She married my husband and me back in 1997. I knew her as a great lover of classical music and certainly of opera, her relationship with Justice Scalia, the fact that she couldn't get a job coming out of law school. And she shared that with Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, the first woman on the court. And she told a story just after Martin Ginsburg died, only 2 weeks later. I saw her at a private dinner in Aspen at the Aspen Ideas Festival, and she had come to Aspen with her grandson and was at a dinner for Justice O'Connor's 80th birthday. And she told the most affecting story about how much Justice O'Connor meant to her and did an impeccable imitation of Justice O'Connor's high-pitched voice, telling her what to do when she was first on the court and the Chief Justice, Justice Rehnquist, had assigned her to write her first majority opinion. And she was really scared. This woman who was indomitable and so strong, a teeny woman, but with such a spine, and had done all of these remarkable things as a lawyer, as a feminist icon, and then as a judge. And now on the court, the second woman on the court, and she was so frightened to write this majority opinion. And she said, Justice O'Connor said to her, just do it, put one foot in front of the other, you just do it. And that Justice O'Connor was her sister on the court. She referred to her that way. And that she gave her the roadmap of how to do this when Justice O'Connor, of course, had to plow that territory for herself years earlier as the first woman. So she was an extraordinary woman and a feminist icon, of course, but also a great human being with a dry wit. And she did enjoy the celebrity of being the notorious RGB.
Yeah. Andrea Mitchell, thank you for sharing that. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.